Alright, so with that small little introduction out of the way, let's get into the video. So what's up everybody, today I'm going to be showing you a Breach Surge khora that can do, as you saw from the title, 1,000,000 damage, over 1,000,000 damage. It can do even higher. It's just the only damage number that I could visually see throughout the red crits. And of course, for proof, I'm going to be showing it near the end of the video. This build is a 3-forma helmet synergy with Breach Surge khora that will involve a Riven. If wanted and desired so much, I recommend you get a Riven too, as the Riven is really the bread and butter of the build itself. But with that little disclaimer out the way, let's get into the first ability for anybody who just doesn't know khora too well and really needs a explanation. Alright, so next we have Whip Claw. Whip Claw will throw out a whip that, once on contact of a physical surface, will explode in a AoE attack. The damage on Whip Claw will scale with your melee. This meaning that when modding a melee, do not mod for simple things like attack speed or, in some cases, combo duration. My build, I have combo duration because I'm just that type of person. I like combo duration. But really, you should take it off and put something else. This means that you should be focusing on damage elements and critical chance with status chance. Weapons with high disposition Rivens are also a good idea, because the little thing about them is that the reason why they have 5 disposition is because nobody likes them or uses them. So they should be pretty cheap in general. But with the first ability out of the way and explained, let's get into the second ability. Alright, so Ensnare. This ability will wrap a enemy in living chains, which from there will have a small little delay in between. The ability will then group enemies up every, let's say, 0.56 seconds in kind of like a pulse motion. So when you cast it, in 0.6 seconds, if there is a enemy around you, they will kind of group all the enemies around you, and it'll stay in that kind of way. This ability allows for easy crowd control and allows for khora to stay alive, as enemies who are trapped in the chains will be easily crowd controlled and won't be able to damage you, since they're basically in a sleeping type of state. They also can't wake up from it no matter what. Until they die, they are asleep. It also allows for the chains to do some proper damage, since it groups up enemies in a proper state, and allows for easy headshots with the Whip Claw if used properly. So up next we have Breach Surge. This is the helmet inspired ability, and to me what makes khora so good right now. So first of all, Breach Surge will throw out a surge of solar energy which will blind enemies. From there, that enemy that is blinded will not be opened up to finishers, but the next time it takes damage will be replicated in an orb, multiplied, and with a targeting system of that orb brought to the nearest enemy. Sorry there. This enemy will then take so much damage if done properly. Mixed with a Panzerwolf, Breach Surge can demolish, as the viral stacks will also increase its damage. Also, even though I'm taking out Venari's healing ability, Venari's not gone. So Venari can still heal me if I use something like the Hunter Synergy, which is kind of like a lifesteal link, which whenever my companion damages someone, it will heal me, as shown on screen. Same thing I'm doing with my Panzerwolf. So up next we have Strangle Dome. This ability will create a dome that from there on, enemies that get way too close will be trapped inside and will deal slash damage. This ability will then be a synergy in between Whipclaw. Once Whipclaw hits the Strangle Dome, all enemies in the dome will be instantly hit for the same amount of damage and will kinda create a chain effect when mixed properly, allowing for not only survivability but also some crowd control and some nice DPS benefits. So this is gonna be my machete build. This is not meant for me, but rather the Whipclaw. So ignore the stats on the machete. It is the mods that we are after. Weeping Wounds and Blood Rush. Weeping Wounds will give us the status chance, and Blood Rush will give us the crit chance per combo multiplier. Drift and Contact for the combo duration. As I said, you should probably take this out. This is just me personally. Then we have Organ Shatter and Gladiator Might for the critical damage. Then we have Primed Fever Strike for the Toxin, Primed Pressure Point for the damage, Condition Overload does not work on the Whipclaw, sadly. That would have been way too overpowered. And then my Riven, which is just critical damage, electricity, and heat. So here's the khora build itself. I have Steel Charge in the aura for the damage. Then I have Cohesion Drift for the aura effectiveness and strength so that it is more strong or stronger. Then I have Gladiator Resolve for the health. You could totally take that out and just put in some power strength. Hunter Adrenaline for the energy back when I take health damage. Accumulating Whipclaw, that gives us more damage towards our Whipclaw when we stack it with kills. Fleeting Expertise for the efficiency. Then we have Prime Continuity to level out the negative duration with Fleeting Expertise. Then we have Primed Flow for the energy max. Quick Thinking so that we don't instantly die since we took off Venari and we can't have the Venari bodyguard anymore. And then Archer Reach. Now I know everybody's probably wondering, why take off? Or why are you putting in power strength? Because the build would be completely pointless if we had negative power strength. Negative power strength would make us do less damage with our orbs. So as I was saying, Hunter Recovery, it's really just you get health back, and the Panzerbuffalo can do that properly since the quills will completely stack with the amount of enemies in the room that are affected with viral. And the Venari, since even though you take Venari as an ability out, it's still Khora's companion, will help spread the spores by damaging enemies. So yeah. And as I promised, this is the 11 or over 11 million that I promised, so I'll see you guys in the next one.